What was the key, the turnaround defensively in that last period?
Being a short week, everything just came at them so fast. And, first off, it starts with me and our coaching staff. We try to come up with a plan and really comes down to, hey, what can we execute and what can you do in the short week, and what can you practice, what can you rep, what can you anticipate the offense the opponent's going to run. And so, first and foremost, I think we didn't manage the process during the week. I mean, starting with me as well as we could have. And I think just going into the game, maybe we had a little bit too much in for such a short week. Maybe we tried to practice too much. I just know it's something we're always very conscious of, even on a normal week. So I think the big thing is our guys, I don't know that we managed the process during the week well enough, and it was a new situation getting ready for a game in 4 days, and we just didn't come out and execute. Like, we came out with energy, we played hard, but I don't think our guys were executing at a high level, and that really just lends itself just to preparation and just adhering to the process during the week. At halftime I felt like our guys did wake up, but at the same time there were mistakes made. There was mistakes made in the second half that really are uncharacteristic for some of those guys and what we expect and what the standard is on defense. So our guys came back. We really didn't make any adjustments in the second half. I know everybody's just talking about adjustments. I mean, every coach basically just went to each guy and said, we looked him in the eye and we say, hey, we're better than these guys. Okay, you're better than this team, and we're not playing like it. And we got a lot of pride, and especially the guys that all these guys have been through something. You know what I'm saying? And even the guys that come from other programs, these guys have had to go through a storm to get to this point. And I just reminded them of that and just said, hey, listen, we're not going to let a team that is really inferior to us. We're better than this football team. Let us beat ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to look like they're beating us right now. So say, hey, it's 0-0. Let's play it like it's a 0-0 game. And minus one big play in the second half, I was really, really proud of our guys.
Sounds like a culture win in a way. The culture that you've established here enabled your team to do exactly what you said in the second half.
It really is. We told our guys, man, I literally told them the pregame walkthrough at the hotel. I said, you guys are going to go through adversity. Okay, you guys will go through adversity for the first time. Just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, you're going to look at us coaches and be like, hey, we're going to get it fixed. Like, we're not going to flinch. You don't flinch. And I think our guys, we didn't get it together even in the second quarter. But at the end of the second quarter, if you remember, okay, we got a stop on their end of the field. Mm-hmm. It was like a 5 and out. They had a penalty, and we got them to a third and extra long. They handed the ball off. And so we went literally 7 of our next 8 possessions. We held them to 1 score. So in 3 of the first 5, they had 13 possessions in the game. They had 3 touchdowns. So that's really the standard, and it's really about executing. Okay, there's no perfect game, and you remind your guys, like, listen, it's not about perfection. It's about progress, and let's learn from that. Let's move on.
Now you had 2 extra days, but preparing for one of the most explosive offenses in the country. What's your take on Texas Tech offensively, and what will be keys for you?
Yeah, this is really well coached. They do a great job of self-scouting themselves. So we've done a deep dive into what they've done in the past versus teams that are similar to our defenses. I know several guys on their staff as well, so we're just trying to anticipate what we think they're going to do, and they're good up front. They're really good at the tight end position in terms of they complement each other. They got a huge blocking tight end, and then they got Jalen is there, and they got a number 9 who kind of is a combination of both of those guys, and then they have explosive receivers. They have big outside receivers. They got a great slot receiver, the kid that transferred from Washington State. They're running back. You know what I mean? Their running back, sets the tone for them, and their ability to run the football and keep them on schedule and you off schedule in terms of your play calling is really the key, and that's what really helps this quarterback really click.
Mm-hmm. With that running back, he's so effective in the run game and opening up play action. But how much does he change the game plan when he's that good as a pass protector as well?
You don't really change it because of him. You just know that he's just so effective, and he's like trying to run through a block of granite. So you work those moves during the week, and when you're able to get the protection and get him on it, get him one-on-one with somebody, you just got to work a guy who's really savvy in protection. So hopefully you get him, off his spot in protection, get him thinking. Because if you do, then hopefully speed can be the X factor.
Coach, you talked a lot about Texas Tech's offense with their quarterback Baron Morton, 5th most passing yards in the country so far. How do you kind of prepare to face a guy like that who, when he has time, can really do damage?
Well, I mean, we really don't change. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks that we've seen some pretty good quarterbacks, at least in my time since I've been here at Arizona State. So, you know, our mentality is to stop the run, challenge all routes, keep the ball in front of us, and get people off the field on 3rd down. And, you know, our pressure is real and imaginary, okay? So we're trying to make that quarterback think. We're trying to make him think that we're bringing pressure, and then we don't. Then we're not bringing pressure, and we do. And then we look like we're not bringing pressure, and we do. And we look like we're bringing pressure, and we don't. We're going to try to get him to guess, and hopefully we can get him off his spot and, you know, eliminate the quick throws so he can, you know, catch the ball and hold it for a minute so we can get to him and make him feel us.
Brian, several of your players I talked to this week defensively were just praising Shamari in the game he had, and Clayton Smith was saying how having a secondary like yours enables the pass rush to be even better. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it just really kind of fits just with our philosophy. We work pass rush a lot. We're a 4-down front philosophy because we want to be able to be stopped versus the run, but we also want to put pressure on the quarterback. So when you only ever have the most 7 guys in coverage, you got to be able to disguise, get a quarterback to hold the football, and change your looks on defense so he throws the ball either to us or holds the ball so our pass rush can get home. When you're 4-down front defense, you're looking for 3 singles, and meaning 3 one-on-ones at least with those 4 guys. So it's something we work a lot, and something that that we hope we play to that we feel like our standard is this weekend.
Coach, Shamari moved to nickel obviously this last offseason. What about his play allowed you to trust him with that important role in your defense?
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro. I mean, he really is. He manages the process during the week. He loves ball. If I put him at any position in our secondary, he'd be able to function well, execute every defensive call. And it really comes down to his preparation and his mindset. I mean, he doesn't have a mindset of he believes that he's entitled to it. I mean, he earns it every single day, and that's why that guy's going to play a long time at the next level.
And how much more does it, when he makes plays like that? I mean, he blows up, obviously, the play in Blythefield against Texas State, the one against Mississippi State. But, I mean, yeah, it fires up the defense, but having him do that to cut off short passes, what does that mean for your defense?
I mean, just having a physical nickel like that, that can cover, that it's hard to block, and that he's really not. It doesn't matter who you are; he's going to try to run through your face, and he doesn't say boo. I mean, he doesn't really say a whole lot, doesn't talk a whole lot. He just, like I said, it's just a testament to his mentality and really just his path to getting here. I mean, just he plays like his path. He is just full of grit, full of toughness, and he just loves being out there and playing football.
How's Kyan McDonald doing? Do you think he's ready to get into action there?
100%, yeah. Kyan's a highly recruited kid, out of Seattle, Washington, and high football IQ, and same kind of mentality. Doesn't say a whole lot. He just comes to work and he gets better every day. He asks the right questions, and I mean, you're not going to recruit a guy that has a higher football IQ than him.